The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 166. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, this morning, this evening, however it is you're doing it. We very much appreciate it. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here. Coming to you on the other side of the channel is the game changer herself, Jess.
Hello.
Hello. Sitting to the right of me is the trail master of puppets himself, Udi.
Good evening. And can I take a second?
Yes.
I'm going to reissue the challenge.
What is the challenge?
Anybody figure out how I got the nickname Trail Master of Puppets?
Ah, yes. One section could be easy to figure that out. I mean, there's one half of it. It's kind of easy to figure out.
That's the easy one.
Those guys had a new single that
Because
came.
you love the Oregon Trail.
Bingo.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is
just
there.
one. Yeah, no. Yeah, they just had a new single come out.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast. If this is your first time joining us, we do think you'll find the water to be warm. If you like to sit around and talk about Disneyland stuff, attractions, food, ticket prices, architecture, theming, this is the right spot for that. We also dabble in movies and music sometimes. We cover both parks and we enjoy it. If that's your gig, then we are the right group for you. And for those of you who are longtime listeners, welcome home. Tonight's show is sponsored by you guys, the listeners on Patreon. So thank you so much for doing that. If you'd like to get involved in that, go to our Instagram page, Leaving Today Podcast, click on the link tree, and we have a link in there for Patreon. Also, leavingtodaypodcast.com has all the information on that. We make it super simple, $1, $3, and $5. You can also get a very cool T-shirt from tpublic.com/Leaving Today Podcast. We have a bunch of stuff there. Hopefully we'll get more designs out there soon. So tonight's podcast, we have a very special guest, Robbie Von Roll. Who's that? You will find out.
Who's that? Yeah.
You will find out. The name may not be familiar to you, but we guarantee you will quickly know what we're talking about, and you will enjoy the show. Very, very cool guy. Tonight we've got some news and that interview as well. So tonight's opening question is, do you think in 2023 Disney will announce any plans for any theme park expansion, no matter what it is, in Anaheim, California? The reason why I'm asking is because, in Florida, Universal is doing their Epic Universe. Mm-hmm. That's coming out. Universal is also talking about a park in Texas and another park somewhere else. And I forget what the other park is they're trying to do. Meanwhile, Disney's trying to get Toontown up and running.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not only that, Universal Hollywood just doing the soft openings now of Super Mario Land or Super Mario World, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. In fact, our friend Nicholas, who was on our show, was part of that launch. He went to work at Universal. So go, Nicholas. That's awesome. I do want to check that out at some point. So this is why I'm asking, because Disney, it's their turn to announce something. So what do you think? Do you think we're going to get anything this year?
Well,
as first?
Jess, you want to go first or you want me to go?
Go ahead, Udi.
Okay. I don't have any thoughts on it.
Okay.
I'm totally kidding.
Next question.
Okay. So the short answer is No, we're not going to get anything.
Okay, great.
But the reason being is I think Disney has, and I think I brought it up a couple episodes ago, if not the last episode, that they've lost focus. I think it was the last episode. They've lost focus on what is important. Mm-hmm. I think to a huge degree they have been the mountaintop, the apex of everything in dealing with themed amusement. That they have to continuously push forward. And I think what happened, and this is just me reading the tea leaves as I read them, is that they banked with Galaxy's Edge, and they banked heavily on Rise. Uh-huh. Rightly so, in my opinion, because for everybody who's had the opportunity to ride that attraction, they recognize the level of, like, holy crap that it is, right? Thing is that they haven't, it's like they drew out their plans to there and then stopped. Yeah. Or didn't know where to go from there. And I think that is a direct indicator of leadership in the company. So to get anything moving, I mean, that's why we got that blue sky thing during D23, I think.
Sure.
It was like, well, what if they had to present something?
Yeah, in fact, Josh D'Amaro said that they had nothing really to announce. Yeah. So they came up with this blue sky theory of what if.
Yep.
And like, yeah, what if?
And so to me, what they did, and again, this is where we have problems with the direction of the company right now as avid fans of the company, is that they have banked to an extent on that we would take what they give us. Mm-hmm. That we would accept what they give us, and just, it's Disney. It has the logo on it, and we're going to take it in. And to an extent, they're correct for a lot of people, but where they miscalculated was how many people they would lose in this equation, right?
Yeah.
So with them not focusing, again, on what I feel is important, which would be quality content, not quantity content, quality content, and then taking care of us, the consumer, to the extent that they needed to, and that's where we can blame Chapek, I think, wholeheartedly with that.
Sure.
That's why. And okay. I think that is why they're now looking at it going, holy crap. And then you look at the competition, right? They have nowhere to go but up. They are incentivized. In my opinion right now, looking at the trouble that Disney's going through right now as a company as a whole.
Yeah.
If I'm Universal, if I'm anybody that has any kind of stake in any kind of amusement, park or anything like that, I'm like, now is the time to push the envelope. Yeah. Disney's clearly faltering. It hurts me to say that to a huge extent, but they are. They are vulnerable. They haven't been this vulnerable in probably my lifetime almost.
There was a period of time in the 80s where...
Almost in my life, yeah. So maybe it was the 80s, where they were in trouble.
Right, that they were going to get broken up or something like that.
And so to me, they're on that teetery, raggedy edge of the possibility coming through. And I think there's a lot, like I would hope that a lot of you listeners are, and maybe you're not, but as much as plugged in as much as I am into understanding what's going on with the company right now, mm-hmm. how much infighting and how many people are now shuffling in there. There's a real life, if you guys want to go dig around, start digging around. There's like a real life Game of Thrones going on inside Disney corporate right now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For
people
sure.
getting fired, people jogging for position. So to me, that is why you cannot announce a huge project like a new park, a new door, a new attraction, all these things when your house is in disarray.
Right.
So number one priority for Iger would be to get all that lined back up. Yeah. You can't blame Chapek completely. I think he got dealt a huge crap sandwich with the COVID and all the now we know, in my opinion, and is the overreaction to it.
Okay.
He had no control over that.
Sure.
So, he got dealt that, like, you can't open one of your biggest moneymakers for a year and a half. And it isn't just millions, it's billions of dollars without taking a hit.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So I honestly do not foresee anything this year or next year,
Okay.
maybe in another year after that. That is why also I think a lot of people, I don't know if you guys are feeling this way, but I'll bring this up, and Jess, maybe you're feeling this way. The underwhelming thing with the 100-year anniversary of Disney, it feels like it's very wah-wah. Like,
Well, it hasn't actually started yet.
well, I know, but the thing is, like, they're not, like, I don't feel any buildup. Like, I'm like, oh, I know that, but I just don't feel like they're rolling
Eh,
into that very well.
it
either.
doesn't really speak to me as much. I understand what you're saying. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of. I mean, I'll get a chance to see it this year. I know Jess will too, and hopefully we can, Udi.
Maybe.
Yeah. But to your point, though, so to sum it up, you're saying that before Disney can move forward with this Disneyland Forward, no pun intended,
Yeah.
they have to kind of make sure their house is in order
Yeah.
first. Okay. I can definitely understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I deal with that every day in my job. If we aren't lined out for the day and we have everything in order to produce for one day, that one day can be shot to hell.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I still think that we still have 11 months to go in this year. I think within the 11 months, something will get announced that we have some plans coming up for something. And I mean, I think they have to. I mean,
Well, yeah.
Universal is just. They're doing well. This is great for. I mean, it's great for everybody when Universal does well. It's
Yeah.
great. I mean, it's great for Disney because now they go, okay, well, those guys are doing this. We have to do that. And then when they do something, Universal goes, okay, now we're going to do this and
Yeah.
this. What do you think, Josh? You think we're going to hear anything this year?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Nope. I don't. I'm kind of in like that blah state where they need to fix what's going on in the interior first before they can even start on the exterior.
For sure. Absolutely. Well put. I agree with that. I just think that they're kind of at that point where they have to say something.
Well, you know, and this is where that question begins. Is like, I here's why I don't think they can, because we already got that. We already got that saying something without saying anything.
Yes.
You know, with that, they can't do that again. If they do that again, for me personally, I would prefer they come out and be like, "Hey guys, we know." Like if they do D23 or whatever, and they go, we know this is the part of the panel where we talk about everything that's coming, and we're going to do that. But then they also go, but you're not going to hear anything about a new attraction. We're not going to hear about that. That we would prefer that this is what we are going to do, and this is what we want to do, but be honest about it. Not what they did with the Blue Sky thing, what they did last time. Like, be transparent about it. Tell them, hey, we don't have anything right now, but this is the direction we're pointing in. Not, well, what if we did this, or what if we did that, or what if... No. The only thing I think they can really do is figure out, like, this is the direction we're going to go in. We may not have all the answers to it, but this is where we're going.
Okay.
That would be fair. I would accept that.
I'll be fair with that. Okay. Well, that's the opening question then.
Bada bing.
I like it.
Like it. All right. Well, let's go to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
All right. So we've got our news section. Our crack reporters have come up with some good stuff this time. First news item is Tiana's Palace restaurant opening at Disneyland this year. Disney has announced that the French Market restaurant in Disneyland will close to become Tiana's Palace later this year. We've got some concept art, which looks kind of cool. This restaurant was announced last year. The French Market restaurant and Mint Julep Bar will be closed beginning February 17th of 2023. The restaurant will be open as Tiana's Palace later this year. Mint Julep Bar will also reopen, serving mint juleps and Mickey beignets. Tiana's Palace will have peach-colored walls and green wrought iron balconies. It would not be a character dining location, but Tiana will meet guests in New Orleans Square. It's going to be quick service. I think they call it buffeteria style. I think that's what their term is for that is. It's going to be basically the same menu, but augmented with a few of her own special dishes.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about this?
It's hit and miss for me. I would have much rather have had them do it where Cafe Orleans is, because I do not care for that restaurant. The food is basic, and you can kind of get a lot of that stuff at other places. So I would have much rather preferred them to do it at Cafe Orleans. I'm looking at the map right now. Cafe Orleans instead of the French Market. Now, the French Market is a larger building, but there's no two-story like access like levels to this.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that they're going to make it a two-story restaurant because that's how it looks. It also looks like it's because Cafe Orleans, I believe Club 33 feeds out into the second floor of Cafe Orleans.
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Because there's always people sitting up there.
Yes.
Like when you're walking through, like you can see that there's people up there, like in that little hallway that like or the sky pass that you.
Yep.
There's people in there, so I'm assuming it's Club 33 because it's not Cafe Orleans.
Well, so you'd prefer it at Cafe Orleans then?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
But what I told 13 is what I was, because it looks like from the artwork, it looks like it's a larger building.
Yes.
So what I was thinking was, what if they what if they did do French Market and Cafe Orleans? And I don't want it, but that walkway in the middle, I know you guys aren't looking at the map, but the walkway between Cafe Orleans and the French Market that kind of spits you back into like where Club 33 is, there's like that center like walkway.
Yep, I know. Yep.
If they kind of turned that into like an outdoor seating area, so then they would take over both of those restaurants. Because in my mind, Cafe Orleans is garbage. So why would you keep that and then go put this really cool updated restaurant right next door to it? Why wouldn't you just remove both of them, make it one restaurant where you can seat so many more people that are all going to want to go to this new restaurant in the first place?
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense?
It does make sense.
So, yeah, that's my thought.
Okay. No, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, to me, this isn't one of those things that was a great prediction. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we kind of knew that something like this was bound to happen.
Sure.
Especially with the retheming. I mean, we've been talking about it, how once, Splash Mountain gets redone, how, it's going to definitely expand the footprint for all of that. And so I agree with Jess. Like, having something more complex and a little bit more meaningful than just kind of like a reskin would be cool. Sure. And that's kind of like the bummer about that. So I've seen a couple like people websites like, oh yeah, we saw like, oh, I called this. So like, dude, no, you didn't. Like it's not difficult.
No.
I'm just not a big fan when these not to call anybody out, but I'm just like, dude, no, this is like normal transactional things in park. When they're going to read something, they're going to keep on moving with it. So
yeah.
No big surprise whatsoever. But it is. I'm 100% on board with Jess. Something more impactful would have been better, I think these are little tells about what I was talking about during my opening question.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Let me ask you guys this. So we're gonna get Tiana's Bayou Splashdown, whatever it's called, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna get Tiana's Palace, and we have Eudora's boutique featuring Tiana's gourmet secrets. Is this an oversaturation of the IP?
No.
What other Disney IP has 3 things for it besides Mickey Mouse?
I mean,
or actually, Mickey Mouse has 1 attraction.
Galaxy's Edge, Mark.
They haven't.
They got a whole land.
They have a whole land?
Well, no, but let's be real about it. Look at where it is. It fits hand in glove.
Oh, I know
No.
it does. Yeah, it does.
So
No.
I have zero problem with it because it actually fits in well with what we got going on, 100%.
But like
Oh,
Peter
you're
Pan
talking
doesn't have
about-
3
You're
attractions.
talking about this. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Galaxy's Edge.
No. I'm talking about this. Like I
No,
have.
this is, and that's why I'm so behind it.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh no, it does.
It fits perfectly. I don't think it's oversaturation now. If they, I don't know, like if they, they would never, but like if they were to go and like redo Haunted Mansion into some Dr. Facilier's haunted voodoo shop, like yes, like stupid oversaturation.
Mm-hmm.
Would
But
you be pissed if
think
they did that?
No, I mean,
You wouldn't?
okay, no. I would not be surprised if they do something like that in there. But then again, that would fit. I mean, then you're teetering. You're definitely teetering at that point.
Okay.
And that could be just, and I don't know why. Maybe again, just because it fits. So you do have to find the beauty of New Orleans Square is that it captures New Orleans. So
Yeah.
that is they can't take that away
Yeah,
because
they
if you do,
can't
you
miss
take away some of that magic.
For
and
sure.
you can't do it.
Okay. Well, I'll be curious to check this place out once it's open. Then we shall see what it's all about. Yeah? Okay. Next news. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Next news item is Pacific Wharf draining begins for San Fransokyo construction at Disney California Adventure. As construction for San Fransokyo gets underway at Disney's California Adventure, water levels have been diminished considerably from the lagoon surrounding the soon-to-be former Pacific Wharf. We've got some pictures of it there. Construction officially began on this. You see it's themed to San Francisco, which was themed to San Francisco, will now be reimagined to San Fransokyo from Big Hero 6. That's really what we've got going on. We don't know a whole lot about it.
No, other than that concept art.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything.
Right now, the area is largely known as a food court for DCA. So I think some names are going to change. I don't know if there's a brand new restaurant. I think that Chinese food is going to be I think it's called Lucky Fortune Cookery. It's not going to be Lucky.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's going to be called Lucky Cat or Lucky Dog, whatever the ones in the whatever's in the film. So I don't know. Besides theming, what is going to be? There's going to be a Baymax meet and greet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, the giant Baymax.
Yeah, the big Baymax.
Baymax. What did I say? Betamax?
It's Betamax. It's Baymax. It's Beta.
I like-
Baymax, right? Betamax. It's one of those. I know. Baymax.
Baymax, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I threw a T in there.
Yeah, you
Because,
did. You put Beta.
Yeah, I did. I'm dating myself here. Okay, so that's that. That's going to be interesting. I guess that's coming out later this year. I don't know when that is.
No, is it this year? I thought it was 2024. Maybe it is this year.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be done in a year.
The way that's going. Okay. All right. Next news item in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at Disneyland to use vertical queue. This opens to the public on January 27th. That's next week.
I'll be there.
Oh, you will be there.
That's the day we get there.
Well, Jess, to experience Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway when the attraction opens, you will need to join the complimentary virtual queue, which is only accessible via the Disneyland app. There will not be a standby line for this attraction at this time. The virtual queue enrollment times will be twice daily at 7 a.m. and 1 o'clock p.m. You may also get quicker entry into the attraction with the purchase of an individual lightning lane arrival window. No, I don't think so. Okay.
Yeah, no.
So the way that works is if you have a reservation for that day or any day there at 7 a.m., you can get into the virtual queue.
Yeah, a la
Rise of the
Rise.
Resistance.
Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't figure that out. They're like, what
No,
are we
I know.
doing?
I
Yeah.
know. Well, hopefully, see, this is where I'm going to get irritated with Disney. It's like,
Oh, this is where it is?
yeah,
Okay.
well, one of the, this is where it is. That they are going to now try to take advantage of it's a bad system. Okay, let's be real. Let people, and that was our argument. If people want to line up for 4 hours, let them.
Yeah.
What do you care? Let them. You know?
Yep, absolutely. If you want to pay your admission ticket and stand, go.
Let them.
Yeah.
Let them.
Okay, so if you have but they give you the second chance at 1 o'clock, which is good.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing is the second chance because we won't be in the park that early.
Oh, you don't have to be in the park as long as you have a reservation. You don't have to scan in yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Start texting people.
Yeah.
What? So what's the first one?
7? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You just have to have a valid park reservation for that a day, and hopefully your queue time isn't like 8:15 in the morning. Otherwise, you.
I was gonna say because we're not gonna get to the park until about 11.
Okay.
Wow, look at
So
you.
that's why we were like, oh, we'll try the 1 o'clock because we're there for 2 more days, so we can always
Oh,
try
no.
the
Yeah,
next 2.
fair.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will close in the evenings during fireworks shows. The ride will remain closed for the rest of the evening if the park is closing at 10 or earlier. The ride will reopen if the park is closing at 11 or later. So that's an interesting little caveat. So it's good to check your times to see when it closes, and then okay. So that's cool. I'm glad that's coming out. Next news item is more celebration details released for Disneyland Resort, including new Disney Gallery presents Disney 100 Years of Wonder exhibit. So here we go. The World of Color 1 is one of the things that's happening. This all new nighttime spectacular at DCA celebrates the storytelling legacy started by Walt Disney, illustrating how a single action, like a drop of water, creates a ripple that can grow into a wave of change. This is the first Disneyland Resort nighttime spectacular to feature characters, music, and moments from Walt Disney's animation studios, Pixar Animation Studios, the Avengers, and Star Wars in the same production. Cool. You looking forward to that?
Mark, I have never been so thrilled about anything in my life.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure I'm doing that. Okay. Wondrous Journeys. Each evening at Disneyland Park, Wondrous Journeys transforms Main Street, USA, Sleeping Beauty Castle, the facade of It's a Small World, and the Rivers of America into an artist's canvas with lighting effects, customized projections, and more. And what more could you want? The Nighttime Spectacular by Disney Live Entertainment will take you on an epic adventure through 100 years of Walt Disney Animation Studio storytelling. On select nights, Wondrous Journeys takes to the skies with sparkling fireworks. Okay. And both of this, World of Color 1 and Wondrous Journey, your Magic Band Plus will come to life, Jess. Yours will.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of that, you bought one of those. You bought 2 of them. Jess, are you happy with your purchases?
They're okay.
How much were said Magic Bands?
The first one I got was 45.
Sweet mamma jamma.
45.
But it's the one, it has the castle on it, and it says Disneyland, and then it says, to all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Okay, well, I can't get you to.
So that's 45, and then the second one is?
The second one was, I think, 22. It's just a basic one. It's purple.
Any advantage to using them?
I mean, if you don't want to pull your phone out to scan in, yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
No, I think this thing's ridiculous.
It's just a way for them to make money. But
it is another profit center.
But I will say,
yeah,
because they're Magic Band Pluses, if I ever go to Florida, I can take it with me and it'll work in Florida. I
see. Okay, good to know.
So yeah, they'll work in Florida. I can't remember. Oh, when they were doing the lighting of the castle that night, when they make it snow, it lit up and did different colors and synchronized with the music.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a lot of Star Wars ones.
Don't care. I still wouldn't. I mean, to be real, I would probably, if my niece and my nephew were like, oh, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
In that case, but.
Yeah. For me, no.
Okay.
Now, if Jess, you bought me one, I wouldn't say no to it. I'd be like, oh,
I
thank
bought
you.
my cousin one. I bought Haley one when we went.
Oh, nice.
because she's going to Florida. So I was like, do you want to, like, because you can connect your park ticket to it. And, you know, and I was like, you can take it to Florida. And so she picked out a pretty, like, pink one.
Aw.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, next other stuff that's going on is platinum-infused decor and limited-time offerings. Both theme parks, Downtown Disney District and the hotels at Disneyland Resort, will be adorned in beautiful platinum-infused decor. Yeah, so you're going to get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, like I was saying, like right now as we sit,
Yeah.
underwhelming.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Underwhelmed.
I'm not whelmed either way. Under or overwhelmed. It's just whatever. Around the resort, you'll find platinum statues and medallions, which make great photo opportunities. Soon we'll share more details of how Magic Band Plus will interact and add more dazzle to select 100 Disney 100 decor later this year. Yeah, right.
Don't care.
Don't care. Well, this part's kind of cool. At Disneyland Park, Sleeping Beauty's castle will be accented by 2 new water fountains and dressed in platinum banners and bunting.
That could be okay.
I think that I've never seen a fountain in there.
Yeah, that could be okay.
What do you think about
I
that?
can live with that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can live with that too. Especially if they add some colors in that.
I thought Jess was going to be like, well, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but, you know. No, I mean, I can get behind that.
Okay, yeah, I can get behind that too. Another thing that looks kind of cool is the Disney Gallery presents Disney 100 Years of Wonder. The Disney Gallery on Main Street, USA, will house a new exhibit inspired by Walt Disney's vision for Disneyland to be where his films come to life. You'll see beautiful artwork created by original Disney animators for some of Walt's early films, alongside artwork conceived by original Disney Imagineers to recreate those stories in the park. This exhibit will also display an animator's desk, a model of a multiplane camera, and more. Now, I will definitely walk through that if I
definitely.
if I get the chance, just because I love that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. The last news item for that, not news item, but as part of the 100 year thing is Magic Happens Parade returning February 24th. Are you happy with that, Jess?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
The Magic Happens Parade.
Can I be honest with you? I don't recall it in the first place.
Yeah.
That makes 3 of us.
Yeah.
Did it ever leave? No, I know they shut down. I think it's Oh, wait a minute. It says it's highly anticipated. So
Then
then it must be true.
Then we're not in the loop. I did not get the memo.
No, I mean it's a daytime parade. I think a lot of people like those.
I don't recall that though.
I don't even remember this thing at all.
I don't either.
But I'm glad it's back. Hardly missed you.
Yeah, you were anticipating it. Big time.
Totally. Mickey's Toontown reopens March 8th. So that's great. That's a great.
Yeah, that'll get me to go walk through it.
For sure. Absolutely.
Like I said, one walkthrough and a ride on Mickey and Minnie's, and I'm out.
I'm out.
Right.
So again, I'd be curious to know if. I was talking to Udi about this. If Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is going to be something we're going to have to add to our visit every time now.
Yeah. I mean, everything I've heard is amazingly good. So, but I don't know.
Okay.
We'll find out.
I have no idea. I'll let you know if we get to ride it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to try to ride in February. We'll see how it all goes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that is the news. That's all we had for the news. One thing I do want to bring up is I was talking to my friend from work. He listens to the show, and he had a comment about our last show regarding the submarines. We're talking about the rust and everything, and then that, as conversations here often do, expand into other things about the submarines. Mm-hmm. And he's very much in our camp where he does not need to go on them ever again because those portholes are too small. And just the feeling of the claustrophobic inside and the smell of it inside. Mm-hmm. He just does not like it. But he did offer something else. He said, what if they took the submarine out, one of the submarines, and instead of having a porthole, you made the whole bottom like the glass bottom boat where everything was translucent around so that you could sit there submerged in water and have a 3D view of everything under the lagoon.
While not a bad idea,
that
would be a huge investment. I don't think Disney would do.
Why?
I just don't think right now we're
I
there.
don't think they would do it.
Yeah.
Okay, then
No,
we-
but I like that. Like if we did basically, if they did a
Would it
glass
still be
bottom.
enclosed over the top?
Yeah. It'd be like glass bottom.
And glass sides.
Yeah.
So when you're sitting there, you can see all around you.
Yep.
And imagine the storytelling I could imagine around.
Oh, that
the
would be amazing. Actually, that's a
Right.
really good idea, Mark's friend.
Yeah,
From work.
Justin. Yes.
Good idea, Justin. I like that. Go ahead and draw that up.
I was like, dude, I had never thought about that.
That's a great idea.
Because I
See,
mean,
now I'm thinking about it more. I'm like, holy crap.
because I mean, they don't submerge that much that they would crack or whatever. I mean, there's not that much pressure, but
No, and to be real, I mean okay, that's a problem. Is like the acrylic glass that I'm assuming they would use.
Yeah.
That's going to be the pricey part.
super thick.
Yeah.
But imagine it's going, okay, there's stuff going underneath me. There's stuff going around me. What is all this?
Yeah, and then you could and then,
But
Jazz. Jess has her hand up, yes?
if the bottom was see-through,
mm-hmm.
you would be able to see the track, which would then take away the illusion that you are in a sub that is actually being driven.
That is why you would then reallocate the track to the sides.
But then you could see it outside the water.
Not
Translucent track.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
No,
No.
you're right.
There is a way. I bet you they could do that. I'm trying to think of like.
There's
something-
got to be a way, right?
There's got to be transition.
Because you can, right? I mean, I never really look at it, but like you can barely see the tracks when you're walking.
Oh, you
by the lagoon.
really got to look. You really got to look, and then
So that's
maybe,
what I'm saying. Like
then
if you
maybe
put it
you'll
on
see
the
it.
side,
Yeah,
you see it.
yeah.
I'm sure they could obscure it and divert your attention.
Yeah.
To it. Okay.
But anyways, it's just
I
interesting.
stand corrected.
No, you don't. That's a great point. And if someone
Yeah.
did develop that and we're doing like a demo of it, here's how it's going to look. That would be a very appropriate question to ask. It's like, yeah, but what if I see the track? Am I taken out of the story every time I see it?
They could always paint the track and try to camouflage it in.
They could definitely do that. Yeah. Anyways, I think
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that would get me to go on it.
Yep.
Because I go, what
Concur.
in the world else could they do?
I agree.
Okay, so that was that.
I like that.
Yeah. Good job, Justin. Okay, so that's going to wrap up tonight's news. And then we have our feature presentation coming up with Robbie, which we think you're going to enjoy. 101 is dark tonight. But just to let you know, Jess has got a very special opportunity next weekend.
We talked about it before,
But she is going to be heading over to Club 33. I think it's Saturday night you're going?
Yeah, the 28th. Yeah,
The 20
5:30.
5:30, yes. So we will be teasing this. We're just letting you know that she's doing it. But our next show, 167, we're gonna have a full review of, what she ate, what she was going through. She can't take
How much money she bought,
Yeah.
or how much money she spent.
Oh, don't forget your friends back here in Sacramento that may want some Club 33 merchandise.
Deal.
I'm joking. Or am I? But so we're going to talk about that and get her, because she can't take video of that.
Yeah, no, and hopefully we'll have people along for that conversation.
Oh yeah, you're going with two other people. Carrie, of course, from Castle Life Creations, and someone.
Megan, the Magical Millennial, who's a big Disney TikTok influencer.
There you go.
Oh, awesome. So we need to have them on the show. Again, we need to have Carrie back on, and Megan's more than welcome to be on the show. But so that will be our next show is to go over that, and so we're totally excited that you get this opportunity to do it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait. I don't know how I'm gonna feel throughout the whole thing. It'll probably be just so surreal, and then it'll probably be done before I know it. And, it's there and gone. And then my wallet is going to be an extreme amount of pain.
Well, this time next week you'll be there, I assume, where it's 8:25 Indy time.
Yeah, we will. We're going to, hopefully we'll still actually be in there.
Yeah, hopefully.
They don't have a time limit, so we are going to try to stretch it out as long as we can, because we want to stand on that on that balcony and watch the 9 o'clock Phantasmic.
It starts at 5:30.
That's when our reservation is.
Oof.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
That's
Well,
a
they
lot.
won't kick you out.
Well, then you better keep your credit card. You better keep that tab open.
Yep.
Keep the tab open. We're gonna drink cocktails and coffee, and if I buy a lot of merch and Carrie buys a lot of merch every time, she said last time she was in Club 33, she spent over $1,000 in merchandise.
Woo-hoo.
That's crazy talk. Okay.
I said I'll probably spend $200, and that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they have a new lounge fly plus the old lounge fly I want. Then they have the wallet. There's a tumbler.
Oh
So
my
I
God.
and I want a sweater. So I mean,
Oh my. All right.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna have to start selling feet pictures.
I am gonna go out on a limb, and I'm taking the over on that. On that $200.
Agree.
Okay.
I can't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I wonder, do we get our magic key discount?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I'm gonna go with no.
But no, I'm sure I'm gonna go over.
Well,
That's why I didn't spend much money this last trip, because I knew
Yeah.
I was going and I didn't want. I want to save it because I want all the merch. And
Yeah.
she said she hopes they have a lot, which makes me wonder, like, if sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Which is weird to me. I feel like they would always be fully stocked of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, I would imagine.
So, yeah, but it's going to be really exciting. It's a 4-course meal. I don't know what the menu looks like.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you have your choice of a couple options. Yeah.
Yeah, each because I found an old menu. Someone took a picture of the old menu online and put it online, and so it's like you have a couple options for each course.
Okay.
But I'm just hoping. I mean, I'm hoping the food is amazing. But my mentality is it's still Disney, and the food's expensive everywhere, so I don't know how good it actually is going to be.
Yeah, that's a hard one to know. I don't. I'm trying to see how I even phrase it. I think the food might be just the sideshow there for me.
It could be.
That's what. Yeah.
Just being there and ordering a couple drinks and talking amongst people. Okay, so enjoy every moment of it and just take mental notes, and we'll be asking a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm gonna try not to cry and mess up my makeup.
Oh well.
I'm gonna say that's gonna fail. And you are gonna cry.
I'll wait till the end. If we make it to Fantasmic, I'll cry during Fantasmic.
Oh, I'm sure you can make. I mean, 3 hours. You beat the 3 hours. Are
it's not that bad.
Are there later reservations than 5:30?
I'm not sure. Like, she had to put in for a request for a reservation, and then like whenever I sent you guys that screenshots when she got the approval that we had gotten it.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
So I don't know. I'm hoping maybe like there's like a celebrity or two in there too, because they go up there and
Yeah.
eat. But I'm gonna stick to wine, and then after that we're gonna walk around in fancy dresses and high heels and ride rides. So
That's awesome.
I like it.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap up that segment, and we look forward to hearing more about that in episode 167. But now, let's go to the feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
Hey, LTP listeners, now it's time for our feature presentation. We want to introduce a very special guest. We've been trying to get this guy on for many, many, many years. So you may not know the name, but you will know the attraction and the historical value of this. We are speaking to none other than Robbie Von Roll, a third-time great grandson of Ludwig Von Roll of the Von Roll Company. Did I get that right, Robbie?
Yes, you did. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hello, sir. So, Von Roll Company is responsible for one of the most beloved attractions of Disneyland. It's not, I mean, it's gone, but it definitely is not forgotten. And when you ask anybody, hey, what attraction would you want to bring back? There's always like 2 or 3 that always get mentioned, but this one is either 1 or 2 of that every single time. So, what attraction is that, Robbie?
It's tied in between the People Mover and the good old Skyway, but to me, it's a Skyway.
It is the Skyway. So how cool is that, LTP listeners? We were talking to the bloodline of Von Roll here. Yes.
Very cool.
It's awesome.
So maybe you can give us a little history of the Skyway system and where it started, how it started, and how did this particular one end up in Disneyland?
Sure, not a problem. The Skyway system that was in Disneyland, it was a Von Roll VR 101, and the VR 101 type detachable ropeways was developed way back in 1945 in Bern, Switzerland. How do you say it? It is very memorable. It's very passionate to me, of course. But the Skyway, it was a used 1947 Von Roll side chair that was at the Kaba Expo in Switzerland.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so this particular VR 101 model that we saw at Disneyland was not built for Disneyland. It was already built for somewhere else.
Yeah, it was pre-built. If you look up I think it's 1949, 1947, Kaba, K-A-B-A, Expo in Switzerland, you'll see a Von Roll VR 101 side chair. And that's what the Skyway was. It was a VR 101 side chair. Anyways, when Walt Disney was looking for a new type of transportation for everybody to enjoy, a new futuristic transportation, he looked to Switzerland and looked to Switzerland and saw an original Von Roll VR 101 side chair, and he wrote it, and everything just kind of blew up from there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's so cool.
And when he saw, were there any of those? I mean, was this the first of its kind in America, or at least the Western?
Yes, this the Skyway, the Von Roll VR 101, was the very first detachable monocable ropeway in the United States, put in 1956.
The very first one. Okay.
The very first one. And so after 1956, all these ski resorts, amusement parks, theme parks, zoos, we have fairgrounds, they all decided, hey, we need one of these in our area. And boom, that's where the popularity of Von Roll just blew up. And between 1956, when the Skyway was born, to 1977, in the United States alone, there was over 38 of them. And sadly, now we're down to 10, possibly 9, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've got one here in Northern California still running daily.
Yeah, you have Great America up there. That's actually one of the very last VR 101s ever built.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was there last time, I definitely took a picture of it, and I was like, because that is my home park. That's when I grew up going to. I grew up in the Bay Area, and I had always thought that was just one of the best attractions ever. Ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sadly, they're going to be closing that park, and more than likely that entire Von Roll will be demolished because you can't replace them. You can't put them up anywhere else in the United States.
I think you are asked to take all those cars home.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got a gondola in my backyard. I'm pretty good with the one I got. So
you don't need like 45 more of those things?
No, they actually have 52.
Wow.
52.
Yeah, they have 52 of them, and the parts for that one will be sent off to Cedar Point.
Okay. Oh, awesome.
Well, sort of awesome. I wish it wasn't happening.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but I like Cedar Point. I was like, I'm sorry, that was my. I'm like, okay, cool.
No.
Yeah, Cedar Point is actually really cool. Their Von Roll, it actually built back in 1962. They took the blueprints from the Disneyland Skyway, the drive station, and pretty much carbon copied the entire drive station.
Jeez. Okay, so
And it's still running to this day too. It's really cool.
I would imagine it is. So going back to the beginning, so your great grandfather, he started this concept, right, of this particular attraction or ride, or
they started back building ropeways all the way back to 1897.
Okay, 1897, wow. A ropeway. So the original intended purpose, was it for amusement or was it for transportation or both or neither? Or?
It was for transportation. Their first one is called a funicular. It's like a train on a cable.
Yes, I know exactly. Squaw has a couple of those.
Yeah, it goes up and down by rail. And that's where it developed from. And they built the gondola lifts back in 1945. They built the aerial tramway starting in 1908, one of the very first, and they were very pioneering in the aerial tramway division of Von Roll. They built many other types of things between trains, rail systems, anything you can think of in steel. Von Roll built it back in the 1800s, 1900s.
Jeez. Okay. That's awesome.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Von Roll's got a huge history out there in Switzerland. It's just gargantuan. They even used to build fire hydrants, manhole covers, nuclear power systems.
Wow.
It was just enormous. And
I had no idea.
No, I had
everybody in Switzerland, they had their own foundry too, their own steel mill and everything else.
Yeah.
So Von Roll was responsible for all the rest of the tramway companies. They all got their steel from Von Roll.
Wow.
Well, that would make sense why they were so integral to what was going on.
Oh yeah, they're ginormous out there. They were, and now they're pretty. I wouldn't say ginormous. They're still pretty big, but they got out of the tramway field. So.
Yeah, that's kind of sad to me. I don't know. There's something classic about that, and just how it all operates, and just how you feel when you're on, any kind of tramming or something like that.
For sure.
Especially, being near and dear, being a Skyway bucket.
Yeah.
There isn't. Unless you've been on one like that, it's hard to quantify why you like it so much.
It just, it gives you that feeling of a different perspective that you never get. It's just kind of fun.
You're kind of floating. That's what I've always enjoyed. Is like you're kind of floating, but it's not like, I've never been on an air balloon, so maybe it's similar. But there's no other kind of real feel like it.
No.
Yeah, it's very what's very unique about the Von Roll VR 101s is the launching ramp, they call it, or the gravity feed onto the cable. Modern ropeways don't have any of that whatsoever. You're propelled by tires. It's all automated. Mm-hmm. You don't get the same feel. You don't hear the clacking, the force. You don't fly down any ramp. You don't hear the screams out of kids going, "Woo, yay!"
Yeah.
You know what? So I gotta tell you, this last summer I was in Banff, and I went to the top of this mountain up there, and I could have sworn it was a Von Roll type of gondola that was taking us to the top, because it was doing everything that you're talking about.
Yeah. So what is it? You're over there. Wait, what did you say? Mammoth?
No, Banff in Canada.
Oh, that's a bell. Okay. I
love
the
this.
Banff, yeah. Okay. The Banff bi-cable, that is actually built by Bell. Okay. Bell Engineering of Lucerne, Switzerland. And as I say, that was a small subsidiary of Von Roll.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I remember going on it. It just, I go, man, this feels a lot like what I can remember. But it was like a closed cabin door. I think the cabin part isn't really the important part. It's the mechanics behind it, right? That
Yeah, you look at the Banff, whatever. I can never say that correctly, unfortunately.
No.
The that bi cable, you look at all the bowl wheels and everything else, and those are all Von Roll stuff.
Okay, awesome.
So you're riding a Von Roll more or less.
Awesome.
Very cool. I forgot about that. That kind of gravity, that little moment where you kind of feel released. And
yes, yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Yep, the gravity launch.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I did not mean to cut you off there.
It's all good.
Let's talk about the Disneyland VR 101.
Definitely.
Okay, so what is your earliest memory of this?
My oldest memory, I would say, let's see, I'll age myself right now.
Okay.
Back in 1977, my dad was still alive. He passed away.
Oh.
And that was actually the very last place I remember him, and I was only about 3.5 years old.
Oh, geez. Wow.
And so it tugs me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I remember my dad loved riding the Skyway, of course. And it brings back very faint, very, very faint memories. And my mom always said, hey, your dad always loved riding the Skyway with you from the day you're born all the way up to his day of his passing.
Jeez.
That's cool.
That's very cool. So did your dad play a role in getting that installed in 1956 or?
No, he did not.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha. Were there other designs? I had read somewhere that there was some theory of the Skyway having like it was going to go from Fantasyland to Tomorrowland, but there's also some like Frontierland station or something. Did you hear that?
I briefly heard something like that, but back in 1956, the technology was not there whatsoever.
Okay, yeah, because I'm trying to in my head, I'm trying to wrap it around. Like, how do you have I mean, I'm sure you know how you could split some sort of station and have it go in like two different directions, right?
Right.
But so that would have been quite cool.
Yeah, it would have went from Tomorrowland, the detention station, to Fantasyland, a turn station, into Frontierland. Yeah. But like I said, the technology wasn't there, and the way Walt bought it, like I said, he bought a used 1947 Von Roll VR 101 side chair. The technology wasn't there.
Okay.
And there is no such way to make anything turn like that.
No.
That was not developed until 1971 with Walt Disney World.
Okay. And those original buckets, those circular ones.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a name for those, right?
Just cabins.
Okay, cabins. Okay.
Cabins, gondolas.
Okay, so those circular gondolas, cabins, were those part of it when he bought it, or were those designed for Disneyland?
Those actually were designed by Disneyland or Disney. Von Roll supplied all the mechanical parts. They supplied the hanger arms, the grips, the center poles, and they pretty much just built them around it.
Okay, gotcha. Did you guys have any questions right now?
Do you have any listeners? Well, no, I'm listening. I love
I was
the
gonna say,
history
I'm
part of it.
listening
Like,
to
so I'm
the
like,
history.
I'm not even thinking of questions.
Oh, you're not thinking. You're not
Yeah.
thinking of questions.
No.
Okay. How many? Do you know how many colors those cabins came in?
Let's see. Let me look at all the model gondolas I have inside my my home right now. They used to have yellow, turquoise, blue, orange, and red.
Okay, I remember.
Okay.
I remember turquoise and blue and yellow. Those are the three that I remember most prominently. I don't know why.
Yeah, the colors that I'm talking about, they came in 1965, June 1965, on the 4-passenger cabins built by Disney and Von Roll, designed by Bob Gurr.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
And the original round ones, there is so many colors. I think there's something like 10 different colors on them.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I didn't write on those.
No, I never wrote it. No, that was way before my time.
Way before my time.
Yep, we weren't born yet.
No. Do you know what year they swapped those out and why?
Okay, in June of was it June 1965, June 1st, they started swapping them out for the 4-passenger cabins. They're the same weight as the 2-passenger cabins. The 2-passenger cabins were steel. The steel, I call them, cabin, or everybody else calls them bucket. The bucket ride.
Yeah.
Which kind of is like, it's not a bucket ride. But anyways, they just swapped them out for more capacity to move the line a lot quicker. Before, it was about 350 people per hour, and they just doubled that.
Wow.
Jeez.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's a couple pictures on, I believe it's Daveland.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen that site.
Yes.
Daveland. Yeah, Daveland.com. You look up Skyway on there around 1965. You will see round cabins on the line with the new 4-passenger cabins.
What?
Yeah, there's a few pictures of them. It's pretty cool.
Jeez.
Wow.
What a data to have gone to. I mean, they must have. Wow, that'd be odd to see that configuration.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. But in the meantime, while they're doing that, they didn't modify the entire ride to handle the 4-passenger cabins. They did that in June 1965 as well. They shut the Skyway down for approximately 3 to 4 weeks to do all these huge modifications of the ride.
Gotcha. Okay. And dare I ask what they did with those round cabins?
All of them got destroyed except for a couple of them.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yep, all of them got destroyed except for a couple of them. The one that I know of, this was like 15 years ago, was from a former mechanic, and it was sitting in his backyard.
One of those finds like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yep. And so as far as I know, it's still there. He passed away many years ago, and I lost track of the lady's phone number and the guy's phone number. I don't know what happened.
Well, Robbie, I've got a suggestion for you, and that is, I know that you're a machinist, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I bet you might have those schematics somewhere in your archives, right?
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Actually, I do not, unfortunately.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have those. Those were never produced.
Oh, my gosh. But
okay, I do have pictures, very rare pictures. They are Polaroid pictures. If you guys remember Polaroid.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I have some of these in my archives of Walt Disney and Bob Gurr testing out the gondolas, the new 4-passenger cabins as they're being built.
How cool is that? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
I don't know anybody I don't know anybody else that's got these. And Bob Gurr's there, Walt Disney, they're jumping up and down on pieces of fiberglass, testing everything.
Right. That is priceless.
That is priceless.
I don't think anybody else would have that, right? I mean, man.
Nope. I had them appraised over there at what is that? Van Eaton Galleries?
Yeah, Van Eaton.
Yeah.
And I showed them that. They're all, these are no one's ever seen these. Where'd you get these from? Oh, I'm not telling.
Yeah.
Do you want to sell these? What do you want to do with these? I'm just showing them off.
Just showing them off. Awesome.
Showing them off.
Did you not give them their name? Did you not give
that was back when they had the that's from Disneyland auction.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
where
that's right.
Yeah, where that Skyway cabin sold it for like $575,000.
No.
Yeah.
That was insane.
That is insane. But the one you have in your backyard, is that from Disneyland or is that from a different park?
That's actually from a different park. I don't know if you've ever heard of Astroworld out there in Texas.
Yes, I have.
I have not.
Six Flags Astroworld closed in 2005, and this gondola was sitting literally in a field.
Oh,
it was sitting pretty much all by itself.
Oh yeah, just
had a couple others. Yeah, had a couple others around it, and a good friend of mine out there in Texas, she went out there and picked it up.
Okay.
and brought it over here, and I'm pretty much done refurbishing it, and we're just sitting in it, me and my better half, about a half an hour ago, having a cold beer.
Yeah, I saw that picture. That's
so
awesome.
cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So much history and all that. And I think, a lot of people, I don't know, I get to that point where a lot of people who never knew it and knew the Skyway never have seen the skyline of Disneyland with them going across is like, I feel like it's important to continue to like remind people or show them. Like I'm looking at that Dave website right now, looking at all the pictures, and it's like sparking memory in my mind. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, like the richness of the history and what Skyway meant to that park.
Still does.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
for us,
you can still buy Skyway merchandise there.
Yeah, we have them.
We have. Yeah. We've got like a hoodie or something.
Yeah, it's like a hoodie shirt, a Skyway bucket, and that was only a couple of years ago that we got those.
Skyway gondola.
A gondola, sorry.
Yeah, the Skyway cabin gondola. I know exactly which one you're talking about. It's a red cabin.
Correct.
And it says Skyway underneath it, but they did a huge flaw on the design of everything, of the print of the shirt.
What did they do?
What happened, Robbie?
The hanger arm, it's in the wrong direction, and same with the grip.
Oh, I mean, everyone knows that.
Oh, I should have caught that.
Yeah, no one really. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, Mark.
So I pointed that out when I was up there a while back. I'm all, this is a misprint. No, it's normal. The hanger arm's backwards. What?
What?
Like, and how would you know? I'm like, well.
Yeah, the lady actually said, well, how do you know that? I just whipped out a picture. Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
No, but that cracks me up because you have like, I mean, you have that how can I put it? You have like an unknown layer amount of clout. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
It's like people won't know, and then when you start talking, we automatically like, oh, hey, do you know who that is? No. Well, here, let me tell you, and they go, oh, like. Once they connect that name and everything to what it is, like you can see people's, the light bulbs go off like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Now you get it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
but if you guys still want to go ride a Von Roll out here in San Diego, I live really close to San Diego. There's two of them at the San Diego Zoo and at SeaWorld San Diego.
Yes, I did know about those.
Yes.
And we're going to get to that in a second. We had a couple of questions that.
Definitely.
So this comes from Ken. He said, and I think we might be able to answer this, but he said, what was the feeling like to ride it? What could you see, and how long did it take to ride it?
Let's see. The ride itself took about 4 minutes. It traveled at 4 miles an hour. It was floating above Walt's Park. I don't call it Disneyland. It is Walt's Park.
Love it.
You are my new favorite person.
Thank you. It was very magical. Flying through the Matterhorn was like no other.
Yes.
At night, it just brought everything tenfold. Going from Fantasyland, you hear the teacups below you, just everything. Then you going through the Matterhorn, you hear the Yeti, and then you come out on this other side, you hear the waterfall off to your right. Okay. And then you hear the band playing in Tomorrowland Terrace.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Then you hear right below you also, you have the monorail flying by below you.
Yep.
And you have your submarine voyage. It was just magical. You went over the Tomorrowland Tower. Very nice and smooth. And you're gliding into the station and you smell the aroma of Autopia.
Yes.
The nice gasoline smell of Autopia. You gotta love it.
Never gets old.
Nope, never gets old. And you go straight into the station. You hear a small clack. You release off the cable. The catcher, the operator catches you, opens up your door.
Yep.
Have a magical day at Disneyland. Boom.
Love it.
Perfect.
Love it. So, Robbie, what you're talking about, and so I'm going to tell you, this is our 7th year of doing the show. And
very cool.
And Udi and I have actually talked about that particular sequence at least a dozen times.
Probably, yeah.
Because, in my mind's eye, coming from Tomorrowland into Fantasyland at night, as soon as you go through Matterhorn and you make that small descension, you see the teacups, like the reds and greens and blues,
and it beginning to turn, or you see people going in,
and there's music, and you're looking around and thinking, okay, I want to go down there right now because there's something going on in here. And even back in the day, I still remember going over the pirate ship as well. I'm a little bit older than you, Robbie, but
not too much older. That's all good.
Yeah, but then and then you go into this incredibly themed station in Fantasyland, which, holy cow! I mean, that thing should still be up. I mean, holy cow! So
the good old Swiss chalet. Just the amount of scroll work on that was just amazing.
Right?
Oh my
lord!
Yes.
No, and Mark is right. Like that. That's why when we talk about the Skyway, I always feel like you need to bring that up. I think that's one of the beauties of what Skyway did for everybody who got the pleasure and the privilege of riding that. Was it gave you that different perspective? It was able to pull you up in a way, and I've said it before, and I'll always say that the ability to have the park, you be above it like you're flying over it, it just changes everything. And
everything.
And that's why, like when they took it out, it made me so sad because I thought about all the people who didn't have that. I had it growing up, and like I say, my fondest memories of the park growing up was that exactly what Mark was talking about, dropping into Fantasyland and just experiencing the whole thing. It's like, my parents would be like, we're going to go on that. And I'd be like, all right, that was a beauty of Disneyland that helped so many things that help you just grow as an individual and then have that magic that happened. And the Skyway was such an integral part for me growing up and experiencing what made that place, that whole thing, so special. So I mean,
it was the senses, like you're coming into Fantasyland through the Matterhorn.
Yeah.
Again, you hear off in the distance, you hear the tick-tock of what is it? It's a Small World.
Small World, yeah.
Okay, then right below you're passing over the teacups for one.
Mm-hmm. Alice,
yeah, thank you. I couldn't remember that right off the bat. And then you hear the carousel, King Arthur's carousel. You hear the organ of that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then off to your right, as you're going into Fantasyland, you're passing over, let's see, it'd be Toad Tower. You pass over that, and then you start hearing the other sounds. You start hearing Dumbo, the flying elephant. You hear the band going off on that. And then in the very far distance, okay, this is what always got me about the Skyway going into Fantasyland. You can hear the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the little dog, the dog barking, I think it is. I don't know if you guys remember that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start going down from, was it Casey Jr.? You hear that one also.
Yep.
Right after the Casey Jr. Tower, as you're going into the Fantasyland Drive Station, you hear this.
Yep. Oh, my God.
And you heard that. It's like, where is that coming from?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you're making me think things I haven't thought about in a long, long time.
Yep.
Holy cow.
No, I love and see, I was saying, for everybody who missed it, I hope for everybody who's listening to this and hasn't, you guys, it's so special, and just kind of try to take that and try to picture everything. Know the park that you go to now, but then realize how it's developed and so many amazing things, man. Especially that.
Yeah.
Best things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Been going for a long time.
Yeah.
I know.
It's all good.
I've got a few questions left. Jose wants to know. He says, "I'd like to know what's still there and where to find it."
Okay, let's see. You still have the steps over there in Tomorrowland.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys. Okay, those are still there, and they lead all the way up to a wall with a door. Behind that wall, not too many people know this, the Skyway station in Tomorrowland is not really intact behind those walls, but the counterweight a 36,000-pound counterweight is entombed behind those walls.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They just cannot move that thing.
Yep.
Yep, they just cannot move that. So it's entombed.
Yeah.
And let's see, in Tomorrowland, there's a small little divot. You got to really know where to look, where the tower used to be in Tomorrowland.
Oh.
The only tower. There's a small divot in the ground.
I don't even know where that is.
I'm trying to think of where it is now. Now you got me thinking.
Okay, let's see. Right before you head into the submarine voyage or Finding Nemo,
Yeah.
there's the monorail track and the former People Mover track. It was literally right in front of there.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a small divot in the ground. It like sinks down a tad bit. You can just barely notice it.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, and the holes up there in the Matterhorn, they're still somewhat there.
Yes.
Everybody always asks me, are those gondolas for real inside the Matterhorn? And they are not. Those are remakes.
Okay.
Okay. The only thing that is real up there is the haul rope, or the cable, as everybody else calls it. But the haul rope is actually off the Skyway.
Oh, okay. So that is authentic.
Yeah, so that is the only thing that's left inside the Matterhorn.
Okay.
There's a planter box over there near
Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, the famous. Oh, what is it? That's an odd place for a planter box. Why can't we just zigzag through that? Nope, that's where the Skyway Tower used to be. So that's still there. The Casey Jr. Tower, completely gone. That's covered up by a big planter box. And you have a few steps that are still left over there in Fantasyland, leading up to nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen them.
You have the stairs, and then you still have the original rails, the handrails from 1956.
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, Mark, didn't last time we were in the park together and going through there, didn't we stop and kind of look at the stairwell? Like, here
We
they go.
did.
We'd go up to the chalet right there.
And I wanted to hop over the fence.
Oh yeah,
I absolutely did.
Yeah, like you just want to go
Do
up there.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I do it.
Well, I've been tempted a few times. It's like I don't even go there that often anymore. It just brings back just sad memories.
Yeah.
Every time I go there, it's last time I went there, it's like I was looking at my son. I'm all, son, she's all, no, Dad.
Yeah, I got to go up there before they tore it down. The last day before they tore it down as a cast member, and they had a barbecue up there for us.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
That is awesome.
I've ever seen it because I'm a young buck and I never got to ride those.
Aw,
But I mean,
that's a bummer.
talk about.
But as I
theming-
said before, come down to San Diego and you can actually. Okay, this is going to be kind of a trip.
Okay.
The San Diego Zoo, they still run parts off the Disneyland Skyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called a pressure beam, and it's located in the drive station or the closest one to the exit entrance at the San Diego Zoo. And if you know where to look, you can actually see the same green color as the Skyway station on this beam. And the San Diego Zoo is very kind enough to say, we're not going to ever paint this. This is in tribute to the Skyway.
Oh, love it.
Very cool.
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah. So it's really cool.
So maybe you can settle this once and for all as to why did it close in 1994? I have a theory,
Okay,
but I want you to confirm it. So.
Okay, let's confirm this once and for all. I don't know how many times I've posted this on Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
Oh my Lord! I just copy and paste it what I have
Yeah,
now.
I think I would do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I get into I don't know how many arguments, and I just post this like, boom, here's your reason.
Yeah.
And they instantly they kind of be quiet. So
Good.
just say kind of. They just kind of be quiet. It was closed due to metal fatigue. It was not ADA or anything like that. It was not due to the guy jumping out of the gondola, locking the door, jumping into the tree. It was not that, not spitting, not swaying, not pouring ketchup packets, not hitting people with gumballs or anything like that. It was closed due to metal fatigue inside the Matterhorn.
Okay.
Oh. And let me guess, they found it too costly to repair that or too time consuming?
Yeah, they found it way too costly. Back in 1965, when Disney wanted to make the ride into a 4-passenger ride.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only part that they did not modify, because Disney thought at the time, oh, that's going to be fine. It's going to last for a long, long time. Well, it did last up until 1994, until Von Roll came out and inspected it in June of 1994 and said, hey, you have a serious major problem. You have metal fatigue going on inside the Matterhorn, inside the framework.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
they looked, Disney actually looked, and sure enough, they found it themselves, and it's all is history. And November 9th, 1994, the Skyway closed. That was actually the very last operating day of the Skyway. Their license to operate an aerial tramway was ceased.
Mm. Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
So now, my guess, and that someone else had a question of like, what is the future of any sort of Skyway system coming out to Disneyland again? And my guess is that the red tape behind getting one of those up and running is a lot different now than it is like in 1956, huh?
Yeah, it's a whole lot different. You have to do ADA. You have to be handicap accessible, evacuation accessible.
Okay.
It's going to be literally, I can't say impossible, but it would be extremely hard to do. I'd say back, what was it, in 2016, Doppelmayr, the one that built the Disneyland, the Skyliner, came out to Disney, did a bunch of surveying around where the chalet was, around where It's a Small World was or is. And the Tomorrowland station, they did a bunch of surveys, and Doppelmayr came out and they said it is possible to put the Skyway back in this, but in a triangle type ropeway.
Okay.
So one direction would go through the Matterhorn. It would be in a triangle from the Matterhorn to It's a Small World to where the Skyway chalet would be.
Oh.
Weird.
Well, that's a whole different can of worms. Imagine now going
That would be
from
weird now.
It's a Small World to Tomorrowland.
Yeah, that wouldn't feel right to me.
It would be, well, how cool would that be to go over that lagoon?
I don't know. You know me. I'm not a big.
Yeah, you'd go over the lagoon and everything else, and the technology's there to do it, but it's mainly up to Disney.
Man up at Disney. Would you want to see that, Robbie, or no?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'd be all, heck yeah, I'm going to go right through the Matterhorn again, and some 28, 29 years later.
Yeah, and to me that is the one key element of the thing. Going through the Matterhorn made it really different than just, okay, we're just taking this gondola up and over. It had that element of more an adventure that always added to it, and going through it.
Yeah, I remember it was always loud and windy inside the Matterhorn.
Yep.
Just like, okay, I remember distinctively just covering my ears every single time doing that, thinking, okay, this is going to be weird. Yeah.
What was actually enjoyable that I liked about the Skyway is the fireworks.
What?
Watching fireworks from the Skyway with Tinkerbell flying over the Skyway was just...
Oh, yeah.
Mind blown. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it gives me chills still. I think about it, and I've seen that a couple times and been stopped inside the Matterhorn. It was some good memories on the old Skyway.
I mean, would they? So they wouldn't stop the Skyway for fireworks?
They would stop the Skyway, say if someone was swinging, someone who's down below, like a security guard, noticed someone up there spitting. They would actually stop the Skyway and wait for security to get at either station and take those people off to Disney jail.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, good.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so I know you're up against time, Robbie.
We got a couple more minutes. We're all good.
Okay, so it is gone, but it's not forgotten, and you do some very special things in order to preserve the memory of Skyway. And I mean, can you tell us about what you've got going on your
Yes,
business?
I do. Thanks. Hey, definitely. Thanks for asking.
Of course.
We build working Skyway systems in miniature, put in people's backyards. So far, we have 5 of them out here in Southern California.
Very cool.
One is at Castle Peak and Thunder Railroad in Anaheim Hills, and this architect, his name is Dave Shegog, great man, great guy to work with, very kind. He built a miniature Disneyland in his backyard. He's got Cinderella's Castle. He's got Big Thunder Mountain. He has Splash Mountain. He's got all the old school Disney stuff in his backyard. So this back in 2018, he got a hold of me. He said, hey, can you build me a Skyway system, a miniature Skyway system in my backyard? So I went over there, and it ended up on his wall going from his entrance into his backyard. And it is one of his most popular things that he has in his backyard. It is real cool.
Wow.
Everybody loves watching the Skyway, and he's got the round cabins on his.
Of course.
Cool.
Now, Robbie, did you make yours ADA compliant or not?
No, you can't put a wheelchair on mine.
Okay. All right. Just asking. Just asking.
But we actually, like I said, we build the scale models of them anywhere from 20 feet long all the way up to 150. We have one in our backyard that we've put up. And so far we have the Skyway Chalet. And so we have the Disneyland Skyway Tomorrowland station down to a T.
Oh,
you look at, it is really cool. If you look at pictures on some of my pages, you can see a side-by-side comparison of my my station and the Tomorrowland station, and they look pretty damn close.
Okay.
And same with the Fantasyland station too. There's scroll work that actually says on the side, up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky.
Yes.
Perfect. Mark,
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah, it's really cool.
What's this name?
Everybody that has came by and seen it, they go, "Oh my Lord!"
Oh yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, no, I love.
And we plan on also we're going to be building the Matterhorn in the near future.
Okay.
Very cool. And you're going to go through
They
it.
scaled down 11-foot tall Matterhorn,
That's so cool.
and we have plans for the teacups below it, the submarine voyage, and possibly a working people mover.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
You're killing me with this. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be. We have a fun backyard. We enjoy our backyard. We don't want to ever go anywhere. So
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
That's so cool.
That is amazing. No, I mean,
But yeah, you can find some of our systems at, like I said, Dave Shegog's place, Castle Peak and Thunder Railroad in Anaheim Hills. You can also find it at Kilowatt Brewery in Oceanside, California. It actually serves you food and beer. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
It has a little carriage, and there's no gondolas on it now. He does like a spaceship theme. It is called the Space Pad, and he's got little rockets that move back and forth along with a food carriage.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very popular. He always gets a lot of compliments. That is really cool.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But there's other Disney fans around Southern California that have my systems, and they last forever. I build them to last a lifetime. They're nothing plastic about them. They're built to last.
Built to last. Yes.
Built to last.
And for those who can't afford to have a system installed, and that's quite a bit of money, I assume. But you also sell custom gondolas, right? Still?
Yeah, we sell the 4-passenger cabins. We're not really selling the 2-passenger cabins anymore. There's not really much demand, but 4-passenger cabins, we build anything you like. We can put dedications in them, any number, any color. I'm working on a couple right now.
Okay.
I got to work on 12 more for a new ride in, let's see, I'm trying to think where the name of that place is, but I'm building a new ride not too far away from, where is it? Placenta, California.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
This guy is a Disney fan, and he's building one inside. He wants one inside his house. It's going to go through a wall.
Oh,
It's pretty cool. So
that sounds really cool.
yeah, but yeah, we do build the cabins. They're very how do you say it? Built very well, made out of plastic.
Yeah.
But it's reinforced plastic. There's steel involved and also brass.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually bought a couple of them for my co-hosts here a couple of years ago. I think Udi has
I remember that.
He's
Yep,
got
I have one. Yep.
What is your color, Jess?
Purple.
Purple, and what number is
Oh,
yours?
you got one of the rare purple ones. Right on.
Purple 23 is the number.
Nice.
And black 4 for you?
Mine's black with number 4. Yeah.
Black 4. No, there really weren't any black ones in real life.
No, there wasn't. That's my favorite color, though.
Okay.
I'm black. Like
Black is actually not a color. It's a shade.
Yeah, it's a shade.
Oh,
there.
I'm sorry. It's a shade.
I got shades of color.
It's all good.
It is all good. Now, do you sell any like T-shirts with your logo on there, Robbie?
I used to, and like I said, demand has completely fell off due to COVID. It hurt my business quite a bit. So
because
we build cabins, and sometimes we sell the original Von Roll plaques too.
Okay. I was hoping there might be a
the
T-shirt
Von Roll
available.
nameplates. Yeah.
All right.
That's cool.
That is awesome. Udi, yes.
Earlier you brought up that you had the manual with you, right?
Yep. What do you want to know?
No, I'm curious. Do you have anything in there, like when you began to look through it, did you like, I didn't know that? What did you find? Did you find anything interesting? Because manuals are like hit or miss. I know Mark has a love-hate with manuals, right, Mark?
That's what I do for a living, yeah.
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I'll pull up a manual every once in a while and be like, oh, hey, I didn't know that. So when you were picking that up, is like, did you go through there and find anything like, oh, that's kind of cool, I didn't know that?
Nah, I just looked through them all. That's pretty cool.
Like, good enough.
That's awesome.
Here's a little bit of Skyway trivia for you.
Oh, we love it.
Back in 1965 through 1968, the Disneyland Skyway was also the very first to have a conveyor system inside the stations.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
very, very first one ever on Earth. And what they did, they caught the cars themselves, a type of conveyor system, caught the cars, a operator opened up the door for you, and you got out, and the car just moved automatically through the stations.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
they took that out. Yeah, they took that in 1968 or 1969. I had to look through my logbooks due to so much backups in the stations.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
So in all reality, though, to be an operator, was it a very complex system?
Not really. I mean, you had your catch, you had your person that opened up the door. Then you fling the gondola around, the cabin around on the track.
I remember that. Oh,
Yep.
Then you have another catch, and then you have your door opener. Then you have a dispatcher, and that's it.
that was it.
And to take one of those cabins offline and put it in the back, was that hard?
It was a little bit difficult. You got to push about 700 pounds worth of cabin, grip, hanger arm up a small incline, and pushed in the back of the barn over there in Tomorrowland.
Yeah, that would be.
So you can, like I said, you can witness the same thing at Great America. That's the same identical system up there. San Diego Zoo. There's others around up around the United States, and there is still a old 1953 Von Roll VR101 side chair, the very last of its kind, still operating from 1953 in original condition in the Czech Republic.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow, that is crazy.
I don't think I'm making the
Yep.
trip out there.
Still
anytime
in
soon.
operation 70 years later. Nothing
Wow.
wrong with it. No metal fatigue. No nothing.
I'll
Man.
have to check that out.
They don't make
Nope.
it like that anymore.
No
They
pun
just
intended.
They
flat out
sure
don't.
don't make them like that
Wow.
anymore. It's really cool.
So those three that you mentioned, the two in San Diego and one up here in Northern California, were those built for those parks specifically, or were those also repurposed?
Yeah, those were all built for especially those parks. The San Diego Zoo, they had a couple used parts from an expo. I don't remember right offhand where. SeaWorld was pretty much a one-off. That is a special ride due to the long spans between the towers. There's only two towers, and the span between the towers is 925 feet. That was never done before. In 1967, that was just very unheard of out of an aerial tramway. 900 feet, like, what are you doing? And they built it, and boom, it's still operating this day.
Awesome.
Wow, you think about the cable tension to make that span? Holy crap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the cable or the haul rope, say, for instance, on the San Diego Zoo, that is 27 millimeter. The Skyway was 27 millimeter. Most of the Von Roll systems are 27 millimeter to 25 millimeter. The SeaWorld San Diego Von Roll Skyward is 31 millimeter.
Oh, wow.
In haul rope diameter.
Jeez.
Their counterweight is 55,000 pounds compared to 36.
The one at Daisyland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a distance thing or?
Yeah, it's a distance thing. It is actually faster. The fastest Von Roll Skyride ever built. It travels about 8.5 miles an hour.
Wow.
Moving.
Compared to
4, right?
Yeah, compared to 4. And at the zoo, it's 6. So there's a huge difference. That thing just boogies.
Imagine. Yeah. Now, the other Sky system, the one at the boardwalk in Santa Cruz, what's up with that one?
Oh, that is definitely not a Von Roll.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think so at all.
No, that is built by O.D. Hopkins.
Oh, I don't even like those guys.
Yeah, it's a good ride. It's a good ride. It's well built. There's not too many of those left either from that era, from that manufacturer. But O.D. Hopkins, they built some pretty tough little chairlifts, I call them.
Yeah, I think they totally copied you guys, though. That's what I think.
Yeah. Now, if you want to get a different sense of a Von Roll, go ride the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway.
Oh. Well,
that is a bona fide buff. I call it a buff Von Roll.
Oh, okay.
That carries 80 passengers per cabin.
Wow.
And it travels about 22 miles an hour going up a mountain.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
That thing just boogies. It's just meaty. It's like, whoa, that is just gnarly.
Wow. You think about what it takes to make that happen? Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1,400 horsepower motor, counterweights of 120 tons apiece, a haul rope counterweight of 60 tons. Yeah, that thing, it's just a monster.
Wow.
Man, I wonder how much that thing cost to get that thing installed.
Shoot, I don't recall off the top of my head, but that is a beautiful system. It's just wow.
Yeah, holy crap.
It's like right now, if you go up there, there is about 2.5 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a vertical ascent of, I think, almost 6,000 feet in a matter of 10 minutes.
Oh, I want to go now.
Well, see, that sounds a lot like the one at Squaw here in Tahoe.
Yeah, but it feels like that one feels like it's a lot more, what's the word?
It goes more
severe.
vertical?
Yeah, more
severe?
vertical, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think...
Yeah, the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway, that is the second most vertical ropeway on Earth.
Oh, geez. Well, what's the first?
It's actually in the Zugspites in Switzerland or Germany. I forgot where it's at. That one, it's only maybe like 400, 500 feet more. That's it.
Wow.
Wow.
That is awesome.
And Palm Springs is not that far.
No, Palm Springs is not that far.
Not
That's
that
definitely worth it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But if you also want to ride another Von Roll, okay. Are you guys familiar with, I think it's called the Sugar Bowl up there in Northern California?
Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Their gondola lift, that's a Von Roll.
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't know that.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that either.
Did Mark know that?
Well, hold on. I'm pretty familiar with Sugar Bowl. I don't know of a gondola lift there.
Yep, that's a gondola lift, the Sugar Bowl gondola. And originally that was a VR 101 Skyride or gondola lift.
Oh, you know what? There is a lift that goes from the parking structure to the resort. Is that the one you're talking about?
I believe so.
Okay, and it just goes straight. It doesn't go up. Is that correct?
Yeah, it doesn't really go up or anything like that.
Yes.
It's called a VR 102.
Oh.
It's actually a hybrid.
So what makes it a 102?
Just the grip design.
The grip design. And when you say
The grip design is the grip. That's what connects the cable or the cabin to the cable.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's an original one then.
Yep.
Oh.
Still running.
Still running. Okay.
Yep.
The next time I'm up there, I'm gonna see if there's a little placard or something that has your logo on it. They have to have that, right?
Most of them get taken off.
Oh, that can't happen.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. And let's see, Heavenly Valley, or Heavenly Ski Resort.
Yes.
They have a aerial tram. I think it's a red one. Still, that's a Von Roll also.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. So
they're still around.
So Von Roll is still around then? Yeah, the company.
Yeah, their ropeways are still around. They're getting taken care of by Doppelmayr. The oldest one, let's see, in existence in the United States is at Cedar Point.
Is that Ohio or?
That's Ohio.
Cedar Point, Ohio. It's a 1962 Von Roll.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yep.
That is very interesting stuff.
Then have you guys ever been to Washington?
State or
Washington State?
I've been through it.
Yeah.
Okay, the Puyallup Fairgrounds. They have the 1962 World's Fair gondola lift, a VR 101, that's still in operation as well.
Holy crap.
Really?
Yeah, it's still running.
Okay. Udi's pulling it up right now. He's going to take a look at that. We need to take a look at those cabins, see what they're looking like.
Yeah, they actually have round circular cabins.
Oh. Well,
They're enclosed, but it'll bring back some memories, and it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Let's see if I can find it.
So have you made it a point?
It up too.
The Puyallup Fairgrounds Skyride.
So Robbie, have you made it a point to like go to each of these that are still up and running and kind of check them out and stuff for yourself?
Let's see. I don't really travel much. I try to stick foot out here in California mainly.
Okay.
I want to really bad. But yeah, just one of these days I will.
Man, I mean, you've got like just like a breadth of knowledge of all this stuff. It's
I know,
yeah.
it's so cool. I love it.
You've got dates, you've got mechanisms, schematics in your head, and this is awesome.
Yep, we have parts over here at my home from the Disneyland Skyway as well.
Ooh, what kind of parts do you have?
Let's see, we have an original grip and hanger arm from the Skyway. That was off one of the gondolas before they destroyed about 75% of them.
Oh, you're killing me with that.
Let's see, I have an original grip from 1956 off the Skyway that the date goes back to 1952. It's a very, very old cast iron grip. No hanger arm, just the grip itself. It's pretty historic. Let's see. About 5 feet away from me, there is a shiv or a wheel off of Toad Tower. They're blue and everything like that. Still got the marks from mechanics doing stripe work on them.
Okay.
Piece of haul rope. Got that on my wall. Got a bunch of stuff.
If you could have one thing from the Skyway, from Disneyland, what would it be?
Let's see. Either a cabin or an actual bull wheel.
What are you going to do with a bull wheel?
Put it up.
I talked to my son about this a long time ago. If I had a bull wheel in my yard, I'd probably put chairs on it, attach chairs to it now, and make it a merry-go-round.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, that'd be cool.
well, that would work. Awesome. Do you have a particular favorite? Do you prefer the round cabins or the 4-seater ones?
Let's see. Probably just the 4-passenger cabins. I mean, I remember that. That's my era. So
Yeah.
Any particular color that you like?
turquoise.
Turquoise, right?
Turquoise.
Yep, turquoise.
That is awesome.
Now I know a friend of mine. He's got 3 Skyway cabins in his yard.
What?
Real ones?
Yep, real ones, real deal. He's got the original last cabin, Orange 40, that Mickey and Minnie took the last flight across Disneyland.
No
He's got
way.
that he's got that actually sitting in his garage.
And how did he get that?
He just knew the right people, and
Wow.
that was it. The guy has got all kinds of Disney, Disney ride vehicles, but his cherished ones are the Skyway cabins. He's got 3 of them.
Why hasn't he given one to you?
Yeah, I know.
Nope.
He's like, mine.
And then a customer of mine, she lives near San Onofre. She's got a blue Skyway cabin, number 31. That's just in her backyard.
You know what's crazy to me? We've probably ridden that one.
We probably have.
Probably. There's a high chance as many times as I rode that.
Well,
I would not be surprised.
Probably. So, was there any sort of logical reasoning behind the numbering and the colors, or was it just whatever color came up? This is the numbers getting.
Let's see. They went in series. I got the number list somewhere, but like the entire number list of the cabins, like 1 through 10 or 1 through 11 were yellow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they just grouped them in like 10 or 11 cabins per color.
Okay.
So.
And then were they ever meant to go like the first 10 in a row, or was it just always like an odd arrangement of colors?
Just random.
Random.
If they're inside the barn, they just grab them, put them on the cable, and boom.
That's awesome.
I like that.
I love that kind of stuff. Yep. So 1 through 11 is yellow, and we know that blue was 31, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, light blue or no blue.
Blue.
Blue's 31, and what's
blue is 31.
Orange is 40, right?
Let's see if I. Okay.
Now he's going like I got it right here.
Okay, let's see. 1 through 10 were yellow. Okay. 11 through 20 red. 21 through 31 were blue.
Okay.
32 to 41 were orange. 42 to 52 were turquoise.
Wow.
Wow.
I love that.
I love. I
didn't know that.
So what am I? There's not a green one anywhere.
Nope, no green.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember green. The turquoise and yellow always stick out the most.
Yellow and orange for me.
Oh yeah.
I love that kind of just.
I forgot what else I have from the Skyway too. I have an autographed picture with Bob Gurr when this guy was refurbishing one of the cabins.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah, it's really cool. I got a piece of the Skyway chalet on my wall.
Very cool.
And if you remember inside the Skyway cabins, they had please keep door closed sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got one of those on my wall also.
That's awesome.
All kinds of Skyway stuff in here.
Man, you know what? I'm mentally picturing Mark like walking around your place and going, "Oh, what about that? What about that? And what about that?" I mean, me too, and Jess, we would all be, but like Mark would have a special, like he likes really, really, really likes that kind of stuff.
I do. I love it.
That'd be amazing. Like, how cool is that? And how cool is that? The history behind everything.
Yeah. How far are you from Oceanside?
Let's see. Let's say maybe about 45 minutes.
Oh, that's nothing.
Ain't nothing.
That is nothing. All right. Well, next time I'm down there.
Yeah, Mark. You see, Mark is already thinking like, well, we're gonna make a trip down to the park. I see. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, no, my dad's there, so I might be able to see if I can borrow his car and just head over there for a beer or something.
Oh, and I do have one big prized possession from the Skyway. I actually have the original manufacturer's nameplate on my wall also.
That is cool.
Really?
That is.
That came from the Fantasyland Skyway station, and it still has the like the green paint still on the back of it.
Oh, cool.
Now, how did you get that?
Family.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
That's my little cherished emblem. It's like I love it.
Yeah, you got to hold on to that forever, man.
Oh yeah.
That's going to my grave with me.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't blame you. That is amazing.
Yep.
Man, it's so cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a really good talk, Robbie. I know you're probably getting hungry for dinner. I mean, we can talk a lot more, but I don't want to, monopolize your time here with stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to do it again sometime. I'm more than welcome to do it.
Oh, that means a lot to us, man. We would absolutely love that.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And I know our listeners will have more questions.
Oh, yeah, bring them on. Try to, how do you say it? Try to stump me on Skyway trivia.
Oh, that would be good.
There
you go.
That just can't be done.
Yeah, there we go. Let's do that.
Okay.
Stump Robbie Von Roll on Skyway trivia.
Okay, that sounds
That's a good challenge.
Yeah, it's like a good challenge.
Yeah, I almost dare anybody to do that.
I like that.
Yep. If you can do that, I'll say, you know what? If anybody can do that, I will make them a gondola for free.
Ooh, there it is.
I just want one of those T-shirts because I love your logo, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the Von Roll T-shirts?
Yes.
If I ever decide to start making those again, I'll definitely have to send you one.
Oh, I would love that. And you can actually pick one of our T-shirts out on tpublic.com, and we'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely, we'll do that for you. Yeah. Okay, so we will continue this conversation in a future episode, but for now, Robbie has been generous enough to give us an hour of his time.
Thank you so much.
No, not a problem, you guys. Been wanting to do this for a while. Just been extremely busy, and you know the way life goes.
I do know the way life goes. And just real quick, Robbie, where can listeners find out more about you?
Let's see. You can find me on Facebook, Robbie Von Roll, or there's a couple sites. There's Facebook, Robbie Von Roll. There is Von Roll Type 101 Sky Rides and the Disneyland Skyway on Facebook. There is Von Roll Model Ropeways on Facebook. That's where we sell our cabins, rides, and whatever else we decide to throw in there. We're all over the place on social media.
That's awesome. Okay, so listeners, I do challenge you to go do that and support his craft, because that is what he's doing is absolutely incredible stuff. And there's no one really I know that's keeping the Skyway stuff alive except for him.
Oh yeah, we definitely keep the Skyway alive. Like I said, we keep it alive in our backyard as well. We have our Skyway model. It's about 94 feet long in tribute of the year is taken out. We have a full control panel on this, wind indicator shut down in case it gets too high of winds. Treat it just like a real ride out here.
Amazing.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, whenever I'm in Oceanside, I will come check you out, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys are ever in Wildemar, California, it's near Lake Elsinore. That's where we live at. And heck, you guys are more than welcome. Stop on by, take pictures, sit inside an original Von Roll gondola, even have a cold beer.
Done
and
done. Yes.
There you go.
A nice Swiss beer.
Yes, a Swiss beer go perfect.
Oh yeah.
I love it. This is so cool. Thank you so much.
Hey, not a problem. Anytime, you guys. Anytime. Glad to be on here.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
All right. And have a good evening.
Thank you.
Right on. Have a good night, everybody.
All
Thank
right.
you. You too.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow. That concludes our interview with Robbie Von Roll. And I just want to say again, thank you so much, Robbie, for taking time. We were on with him for a little over an hour. He said he had a half an hour.
I love it.
That's how it always goes, right?
It's always great to talk to, like I say it all the time. It is great that we do this. We get to meet some of the coolest people and talk to them about what they're passionate about. We're all passionate about. I love that. And it always goes like, yeah, I only got X amount of time. I'm like, okay, cool. And we always just get into it and we start talking and it just keeps on going. It's great.
Absolutely correct. And he's such a cool guy, right? I mean,
oh yeah. And the knowledge. That is what I love.
Yeah. Everyone that and I've said this before, I don't sound like a broken record, but every person we've met on this podcast, it just blows me away with their knowledge and their enthusiasm and just their willingness to talk and share about stuff, and he's just another one of those guys that gets it. And I feel very grateful for that. So this is going to wrap up episode number 166. We've got 167 coming up after this. So to find out more about the show, you can go to leavingtodaypodcast.com. You can check out some of the links there or on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. We have a link tree with stuff to our Patreon, stuff to our TeePublic, and everything else. Jess, where can people find you?
My Instagram is Storybook Jess. My Facebook is Jessica Farfan. And my Snapchat code is somewhere way down on my Instagram. And I don't tweet.
You do not tweet. Awesome. Udi?
You can find me on my other show, The Mando Show. We are a Star Wars show. We are covering right now Bad Batch. And that you can find me there with a few other Star Wars fans on there. And then you can find me on my social media, which is HAXGOALIE, Hacks Goalie. And you can find me on the Instagram. That is my main one. And I tweet. Well, I follow Twitter now, and I tweet and like things. I'm not really. I'm more troll on there right now than actually engaged. But you can find me there if you want to talk to me there. I've begun responding to people on there too.
Well, okay.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to us tonight, this evening, this morning, whenever it is you're doing it. It means the world to us. So adventurers out there, we love you, and we'll see you in the parks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland is now ended its normal operating day. We hope you enjoyed your visit to the Magic Kingdom and that the memories you've made will bring you back again soon.
I'm here.
Okay.
Ignoring me is what she's doing.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Then how?
No.
How are you responding when I'm asking you questions? You
I
can't
am
hear.
now. I didn't hear what you said before.
I was talking trash. Trash.
You're trash.
Please do not eat my flowers. Booty's gonna spank your butt. Somebody take these. How many of these?
Mark.
No.
They're going in the trash.
Mark.
My body's just stiff.
We'll give it a bit.
Yeah, give it a second.
Okay. Woo! Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face